The silent guardian the stars trembled as Commander Zephyr's massive fleet emerged from hyperspace. 200 warships of the Corvaxi Empire stretched across the void like a swarm of metallic locusts, their hulls gleaming with the promise of conquest. The commander's forearms worked efficiently at her command console, her scaled skin reflecting the harsh light of the bridge displays. Target confirmed, announced her tactical officer, his voice carrying the excitement of anticipated victory. 3 human colony worlds, minimal defensive capabilities detected. Their primitive fleet consists of only 40 ships. Zephyr's mandibles clicked in satisfaction. The Corvaxi had conquered 17 star systems in the past decade, and these humans would be no different. Their species had barely begun to explore beyond their home system when the Empire had marked them for expansion. Intelligence reports suggested they possessed nothing more than basic plasma weapons and conventional shields. Open a channel to the human colonies, she commanded. Let them know their new rulers have arrived. But before the communication could be established, her sensors' officer's voice cut through the bridge chatter with urgent alarm. Commander, we have a single contact approaching from the asteroid field. It's moving at incredible speed. On the main display, a lone human vessel materialized from what appeared to be empty space. The ship was unlike anything in the Corvaxi databases, sleek, angular, and completely silent on their sensors. No energy signature, no heat emissions, no electromagnetic radiation. It was as if the ship existed in a pocket of absolute quietude. Captain Marcus Chun stood calmly on the bridge of the Silent Guardian, watching the alien armada through sensors that operated on principles the Corvaxi couldn't imagine. His dark eyes reflected years of preparation and the quiet confidence of someone who held cards his opponents couldn't see. Captain, reported his science officer Lieutenant Sarah Kim, the alien fleet is scanning us, but our acoustic dampening fields are rendering us invisible to their instruments. Chin nodded. Humanity had learned long ago that sound was more than just vibration through air. In the quantum realm, all matter resonated at specific frequencies, and those who could master these frequencies could manipulate reality itself. The Silent Guardian was the culmination of 50 years of research into sonic manipulation, built in secret while humanity appeared to lag behind other species in military technology. They're trying to communicate, announced Communications Officer David Park. Standard invasion protocol, surrender or face destruction. Open a channel, Chim replied, his voice carrying the calm authority of someone who had prepared for this moment his entire career. Commander Zephyr's image filled the screen, her alien features radiating the confidence of overwhelming superiority. Human vessel, you face the might of the Corvaxi Empire. Your pathetic colonies will submit to our rule. Surrender now, and your deaths will be swift. Chen's expression remained unchanged. I am Captain Marcus Chun of the United Earth Defense Force. You have entered human space without authorization and threatened our citizens. I'm giving you one opportunity to withdraw. The alien commander's laughter was harsh and grating. One ship against 200? Your species' arrogance will be your downfall. Computer, Chin said quietly, initiate resonance protocol. Minimum intensity. The Silent Guardian remained motionless, but across the Corvaxi fleet, something impossible began to happen. The massive alien warships started to vibrate, not visibly, but at the molecular level. Their hulls began to resonate with a frequency that bypassed every known form of shielding that on the Corvaxi flagship. Warning alarms began to sound. Commander, the tactical officer reported with growing panic, our hull integrity is fluctuating. All systems are experiencing harmonic interference. Zephyr's confidence wavered as she watched her instruments register readings that defied physics. Impossible. There's no energy beam, no projectile. How are they affecting our ships? Chen's voice came through the communication channel with the patience of a teacher explaining simple concepts to a student. Sound, Commander. Your species thinks in terms of energy weapons and kinetic projectiles. We learn to think in terms of frequency and resonance. Every atom in your ships is vibrating at a specific rate. We simply convinced them to vibrate at a different rate. To demonstrate, Chin nodded to his weapons officer. Target the asteroid at coordinates 77 Mark 4. Harmonic dissolution level 3. A massive asteroid, easily the size of a small moon, simply came apart. Not exploded, dissolved. Its molecular bonds were convinced to release their hold on each other, and the entire celestial body became a cloud of component atoms that drifted away like cosmic dust. The Korvaxi fleet fell silent except for the increasingly frantic chatter of officers reporting system failures across every ship. Their weapons couldn't lock onto a target that existed in a pocket of absolute sonic isolation, and their shields were useless against attacks that worked on the fundamental level of matter itself. "You're manipulating quantum frequencies," Zephyra whispered, her voice carrying the first note of fear her crew had ever heard from their commander. "That's theoretically impossible. The energy requirements alone would exceed the output of a star." Chin smiled for the first time since the conversation began. "We don't generate the energy, Commander. We borrow it. Every star, every planet, every piece of matter in the universe is constantly vibrating. We simply learn to redirect that existing energy." He paused, letting the implications sink in. "The Silent Guardian isn't our most advanced ship. It's our oldest. We've been building vessels like this for decades, preparing for the day when species like yours would test our resolve." The tactical display on the Korvaxi flagship showed an impossible sight. Space around the human ship began to fill with additional contacts, dozens of vessels materializing from acoustic stealth fields that had rendered them undetectable. Each ship bore the same sleek design, each one capable of the same reality-defying capabilities. "The choice is yours, Commander," Chin continued. "You can retreat and inform the galaxy that humanity is not as defenseless as you believed, or you can test our resolve further. But understand that if you choose the latter, your crews will never make it home to warn others." Lieutenant Kim reported quietly, "Captain, we're detecting neural interference patterns across their fleet. The resonance is affecting their brain chemistry. They're experiencing involuntary fear responses." Chin nodded. The Silent Guardian's sonic manipulation didn't just affect matter. It could influence the electrical patterns in alien nervous systems, inducing emotions and thoughts that made violence seem increasingly unappealing. It wasn't mind control, simply the biological equivalent of playing a song that made listeners feel peaceful rather than aggressive. Commander Zephyra felt the change in herself and her crew. The burning desire for conquest was fading, replaced by a growing sense that this battle was not only unwinnable but unnecessary. For the first time in her military career, she found herself questioning whether expansion through violence was truly the path to greatness. "We withdraw," she announced, her voice carrying a dignity that surprised even her. "But this is not surrender. This is recognition. The galaxy will know that humanity has earned its place among the stars through innovation rather than imitation." The Korvaxi fleet turned away from human colonies, their retreat orderly and purposeful rather than panicked. As they prepared to jump to hyperspace, Zephyr sent one final message. "Captain Chun, your species has achieved something remarkable. You found a way to end conflicts without ending lives. Perhaps there is wisdom in your approach." Chin watched the alien fleet disappear into hyperspace, then turned to his crew. "Stand down from alert status. Resume patrol pattern Alpha 7. As the Silent Guardian glided back toward the asteroid field, its acoustic dampening fields rendering it invisible once again, Chin reflected on the deeper truth of their victory. Humanity had learned that the greatest strength wasn't in building bigger weapons or stronger shields. It was in understanding the fundamental nature of reality itself and finding ways to work with it rather than against it. The colonies were safe, Earth's reputation was secured, and somewhere in the vast expanse of space, other species would hear the story of the day a single human ship convinced an entire invasion fleet to choose wisdom over warfare. In the silence between the stars, humanity had found its voice, and the galaxy was listening.